This is a seed. Planted in the ground, it becomes a tree. But that's not where it ends. That tree produces fruit. Inside the fruit are more seeds. Plant those seeds and more trees grow. More fruit, more seeds, more trees. From one seed, a forest. Now imagine the seed as an idea, a skill, a vision. You plant it with focus, you water it with discipline. You let time and persistence do their work. The result, a business, a breakthrough, wealth, legacy. Jeff Bezos has a net worth as $240 billion. It began with one seed, one decision, one step forward. However, there's a place where too many people live. A financial edge, one paycheck away from broke. The moment money arrives, it disappears. Lose a job, face a health issue, miss one paycheck, and suddenly everything falls apart. It's not just financial stress, it's mental weight. Your job stops being a choice. It becomes your lifeline. Not to build wealth, but just to stay afloat, to pay off debt, to keep your head above water. And this is most of us today. Studies show that 45% of the total wealth in our planet is owned by the top 1%. You're probably working a job right now. Maybe one you got through years of study, a degree that promised you security. Maybe you're wondering how people like Bezos made it out. Meanwhile, your student loans are due. Your paycheck doesn't stretch. Your living costs feel insane. And savings? What savings? It feels like you're running in place, and that's the rat race. But don't get it twisted. The rat race isn't just working 9 to 5. The rat race is being trapped in a job you don't want. Living a life you didn't choose. Working every day to maintain a version of stability that feels like it could fall apart at any moment. The rat race is being stuck not by time but by fear. Fear of betting on yourself. And then you look up at the top 1%. The mansions, the sports cars, the private jets. And you start to wonder, were they born into it? Are they just smarter? Did they cheat to get there? Some say you can't get rich legitimately, that it's rigged from the start, that you're not lucky enough, not clever enough, that you're on the losing side permanently. And slowly those dreams you had, owning the home, paying off your family's debt, traveling the world, living free, they start to fade from goals to fantasies, from one day to never. Just dreams. Nothing more, nothing less. But what if there was a way of getting there? An actual equation to wealth? A science behind the way money works? What if you didn't have to abandon those dreams of paying off your parents a mortgage or traveling around the world? Would you call me a liar for saying so? I promise that I'm not. And by the end of this video, to get there, I assure you it's not an easy task. Many give up on the road, but I promise you, if you don't give up, you will get what you're looking for. Sounds easy, right? Let's break it down into steps to make it even easier. Part 1. The lies you've been fed. What do you really think about money? Is it something you work for? Is it earned or is it inherited? Is it the root cause of all evil? Are you desperate to have more of it? Have you been chasing it most of your life? Since you were little, the plan was clear. Go to school, get good grades, land a safe job, save money, and retire when you're old. It looks smart, it feels safe. But here's the truth, it's a circle. You walk around and around, but you never get out. But there's a different path. However, most of us lack the necessary education to follow it, and I will prove it. A recent report released by WealthX showed that of the world's ultra-wealthy, those with a net worth of $30 million or more, 68% were self-made. Jeff Bezos made his wealth from Amazon. Warren Buffett made his from stocks. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg are also self-made billionaires. So what exactly do these men do differently from you? You might be shocked. It's something you could do yourself if properly implemented. Everyone has a skill, a starting point, something you can use to realize income. For some, that starting point is working a job. But the idea after that is to make sure you build something out of it, gain proper experience, then retire early to chase your dreams. Because there's a problem with a job. It eats your time. And if you decide to save up, you have to live frugally. So you may end up getting rich when you're already old. However, let's not forget we all have a precious resource, the most important one of all. And once it's gone, there's no way of getting it back. That resource is time. In a standard job, the amount of money you make is dependent on the amount of time you put into it. So how is it that there are self-made millionaires and billionaires at such young ages? What makes them so different? The truth is, they have a better equation than you. They have a way of understanding money that you haven't quite grasped yet. Part 2: The truth about money and wealth. So, what's the big revelation about wealth and money? The truth is, you are paid in proportion to what people perceive your value to be. And the people who perceive your value, they are the market, the consumers of the economy. That's why a CEO is considered more valuable than a janitor in the same company, because the market perceives the value of what the janitor does to be far less than that of the CEO. As harsh as that may sound, the janitor can be replaced by almost anyone. That's why men like Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett are so rich, because they present solutions that no one else can present. So there you have it. Present a solution to the problems people currently have. If it's $1 million problem, I guarantee you'll be paid $1 million for it. If it's $1 billion problem, then you'll be paid an equivalent amount. Listen to the market around you. What are people saying they don't like? What are people saying they wish existed? What are people saying frustrates them? What do people think is incredibly inconvenient? Is that a problem you can solve? And more importantly, is it a problem worth solving? Part 3: What problem is worth solving? You have to decide what kind of problem you want to solve, and it has to be scalable. Not all problems are worth solving. Why? Because the incentive for solving them may not be worth your time or energy. In today's modern age, there are problems you can solve that don't require your constant time and attention. You can work on them once and automate the process afterward. Let's say you're a fitness instructor charging $100 per hour. Congratulations. You've just created another job disguised as a business. There's only so many lessons you can physically do in a day, which means your income is bound by your time. But what if you created an online fitness class that runs 24/7? A course filled with lessons you only had to record once. Now that is scalable. Scaling your solution is critical. So always remember, automation plays an important role. Systems and processes are what keep your business running like a well-oiled machine if implemented properly. Part 4: The reward. While you do all these, you get to a moment known as the crossroads moment. As a business owner, you reach a critical decision point. Continue building your business, or you decide to cash out and sell. Acquisition: you can decide to cash in and sell. This is what happened to PayPal, WhatsApp, and other companies. These are liquidity events, milestones where years of effort are financially rewarded. The choice to continue, reasons to keep the business running. You love what you've built. You believe it can be worth more in the future. It might now run passively, requiring little effort, or a combination of these reasons. This is Snapchat when Mark Zuckerberg came knocking. The choice is definitely yours. At this point, you get to decide what you want to do. The core achievement, either way, you solved a market problem. The market has rewarded you for your solution. Part 5: Your money or your purpose. For most of you, when you reach this point, you realize that money was never the true drive behind the project in the first place. What you really needed was a purpose, and that becomes your realization. But for some, it was about the money. And that's not a bad thing either. In both cases, the money that comes in now can give you the freedom to pursue what made you dream in the first place. Owning the home, paying off your family's debt, traveling the world, living free. If you've watched this video up to this point, I want you to know something. It's all possible, you just have to start. Don't let more time slip by. Don't let more days feel like repetitions you don't want. Start building a life you actually want to wake up to. Part 6: Common traps to avoid. Trap 1: Lifestyle inflation. Making $150,000 but spending $145,000 is the same as making $50,000 and spending $45,000. You're still broke, just with nicer stuff. Lock in lifestyle at a reasonable level. Invest raises. Trap 2: Get rich quick schemes. Crypto day trading, MLM, dropshipping courses, real estate flipping with no money down. Now, if it sounds too easy, it's because they're selling you the dream, not the reality. The real money is made by the people selling the courses. Boring beats exciting. Index funds and sustainable businesses win. Trap 3: Analysis paralysis. Waiting for the perfect business idea, the right time to invest, the best strategy. Done beats perfect. Start with index funds while you figure out the rest. Trap 4: Ignoring risk management. Going all in on one stock, one property, one business without backup. Diversification isn't sexy, but it prevents catastrophic loss. Conclusion: key takeaway for you is it's not about luck. It's about understanding the rules and playing them properly. And in all of this, there's one thing I want you to remember above everything else: fail as much as possible. Then reflect on those failures and use them to move forward. Because that's the real secret behind every success story you've ever heard. If this opens your eyes, don't just leave here feeling inspired. Take action, subscribe now, comment "I'm in," and watch the next video on screen. It'll show you exactly how to start building your first asset today.